The Falmouth Commodores fell on opening day to the Harwich Mariners with a final score of 9-2. But today's Monday, and that means it's a new day and a start to a new work week as they got some work to do today against the division rivals from the West Division, the Cotuit Kettleers. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Opening the Door. Alongside Carter Bainbridge, today's play-by-play broadcaster, and Trey Redfield, today's color commentator, Logan Soforenko with you. I'll be on the field keeping you guys up to date all throughout the game. And Carter, let's jump right into things. Yesterday was not the prettiest game for the Falmouth Commodores, but plenty of baseball left.
Certainly not the opening day that the Commodores had in mind. A 7-run loss, and what made it worse were the 5 errors on defense that the Dores made. Very uncharacteristically poor play on the defensive side, and it was just a symptom of a lethargic day. The team seemed a little bit out of sync. They lacked that crispness that we expected out of them on opening day, but like you said, it's a new day. Time to throw it out and take down the Kettleers today if they play better.
New day also means new pitching matchup. We saw Antoine Jean yesterday for the Falmouth Commodores and Noah Dean for the Harwich Mariners. But let's talk a little bit about Harrison Cohen, today's Cotuit Kettleers starting pitcher. Trey.
Cohen comes out of George Washington, Logan, at 87.1 innings pitched against for the Colonials this past season with a 7-7 record. Also had an ERA just a little under 4 at 3.92. If there's a positive to look into with the Commodores today, he hasn't had a 0 earned run performance since April 8th against A10 foe Dayton. So if you're the Commodores, you got to find a ways to tattoo the ball early on Cohen.
When one member of the Crimson Tide leaves, another one comes in the next day, Carter. Let's talk about the starting pitcher for the Commodores, Ben Hess.
For the second straight day, Commodore fans get to see a member of the Alabama Crimson Tide take the hill to start the game. They recognized yesterday's starter, Antoine Jean, who played here last summer, but they won't know about Ben Hess, who takes the hill today. He was a freshman this spring at Alabama, was a midweek starter for most of the season for the Crimson Tide, eventually spent some time in the bullpen. But in 8 starts, he was very effective, has a solid 4-pitch mix, and held opposing batters to a 192 average.
That 192 average is going to be something that everyone's going to be taking note of on the Cape, and especially the Falmouth Commodores today. But now let's switch over to the offensive side. And Trey, yesterday for the Falmouth Commodores, it wasn't pretty. Just one extra base hit the entire game. What do they got to do to fix it today against Cotuit?
Yeah, last time I checked, one extra base hit's not going to win you ball games. But what you got to do is put it all together, in the words of Eddie Alvarez. When I talked to the Long Beach State Dirtbag today, Logan, he was talking about how the hits were there. I mean, 2 runs and 7 hits is fine. The hits category is not the run category. But if you find ways, just keep getting guys on base, putting balls into gaps when guys are in scoring position, then you're going to be a successful ball club. The more guys you get in the scoring position, the more opportunities you have to score some runs.
And especially when you have the runners in scoring position, like you said, Trey, those gaps are your best friend. You want to get it on the grass that is not in the infield. But now, Carter, let's talk about the Cotuit Kettleers offense. They had a powerful win yesterday at Veterans Field, 5-0. Who was that gentleman to hit that home run?
That would be Peyton Williams, the first baseman for Cotuit. Had a 2-run blast in a 5-0 victory. That was the big decisive blow. Be on the lookout for him today at the plate. But there's another hitter in that lineup who I think went a little bit under the radar for people who may not know about him. That's Cam Collier, who DH'd yesterday for the Kettleers. He was in the 9 spot. He collected only 1 hit. But this guy is 17 years old. He came over from Chipola College. He is a big-time MLB draft prospect. So it's anyone's guess as to how long he's going to stay on the Cape. But if you watch for him today, you could see some top talent stepping in for the Kets.
It seems whenever these scouts see the younger guys doing stuff that 20-year-olds and 21-year-olds can do, they got to look at this guy and say, hey, we can do something with him. But now, Trey, us 3 got a taste of the Falmouth faithful for the first time yesterday. Great attendance. The weather wasn't the prettiest, but as you can see, we got clear skies today. What's Falmouth going to be like tonight?
Yeah, the weather is like a 12 out of 10 right now at Gov Fuller Field, but tonight it should be even better knowing the weather is here. 1,072 fans came to the Gov last night for the season opener, just the second highest attendance behind Veterans Field at Chatham. And that's a positive, knowing the Commodores have back-to-back home games, but also the Kettleers have to go into not 1, but 2 hostile environments to start off the season, and they're doing it back-to-back. So it's a great opportunity today for the Commodores to get back into the win column.
Oh, we've been talking about it yesterday. We're going to talk about it throughout the entire season, how awesome these renovations are. But it's going to be the Falmouth Commodores playing host to the Cotuit Kettleers. You can find today's broadcast on the Falmouth Commodores YouTube channel. Trey Redfield will be our color guy. Carter Bainbridge will be our play-by-play man. I'll be on the field keeping you guys up to date on social media and a couple of hits in there as well. This has been Opening the Door for today's Game 2 of the 2022 season.